sages, ain't no Bible boy. And the pages of unwritten memoirs, but I can keep running, no, I can keep running. How can anybody have you? How can anybody have you and lose you? How can anybody have you and lose you? Not lose their mind too. How can anybody have you? How can anybody have you and lose you? How can anybody have you and lose you? Not lose their mind too. The last days of the sunset superstars, girls in cages playing their guitars. But how can I leave? I just follow the hood of my car. No sage as the waves, they never break. They build and build until you don't have no escape. But how can I leave? I just follow my hood to the sea. Go to sleep. How can anybody have you? How can anybody have you and lose you? How can anybody have you and lose you? I lose their mind too. How can anybody have you? How can anybody have you and lose you? How can anybody have you and lose you? I lose their mind too. Oh, but how long we really did it now? I'm a monster, I'm a sacred cow, but I can keep running on. I can keep on running on. How can anybody have you? How can anybody have you and lose you? How can anybody have you and lose you? I lose their mind too. How can anybody have you? How can anybody have you and lose you? How can anybody have you and lose you? I lose their mind too. How can anybody have you? How can anybody have you and lose you? How can anybody have you and lose you? I lose their mind too. How can anybody have you? How can anybody have you and lose you? How can anybody have you and lose you? I lose their Don't blink, don't wait, don't walk your leg, don't fall from grace, behave, don't drip, sashay. Okay, sashay. Don't kid, don't blame, don't snap, insane, don't crack, don't act your age, don't change your name. It's all the rage. Do less but don't tell, do laugh but don't smile, don't have a glass, don't stay a while, don't take a pill, don't feel so sick. I look inside, I look inside, I look inside. I look inside, I look inside, I look inside your eyes. 1, 2, 1, 2. Don't show, don't play, go hard, D-Base. Don't make a dishonest mistake, don't make sure. I need a cure. One more score. Just like I look inside, I look inside, I bone to the eye and the marrow. I wish I had a gentle mind and a spine made up of iron. Mouth connects to the teeth, teeth to the loves and the curses. Honey, can you reach the spots that need oiling and fixing? H-E-L-P, help me, help me. Muscle connects to the bone, bone to the eye and the marrow. So I pretend there aren't strings tied to oats and my fingers. H-E-L.
Hi, Mixed Chief. Thank you so much. Oh, you're in Sweden. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Really do. Man, Sweden. I've been to Sweden twice. When I was a kid, and I loved it so much there. I really want to go back. Yeah, I'm in a cold winter too, so I get that. Man, the best pizza I've had was in Sweden. I'll never forget that. Currently I'm in Armenia. And usually we don't get cold winters here. But it's been a weird... Armenia is like really sunny. And I haven't seen sun in like 30 days. Which is just insanity. My girlfriend's parents, they live in Sweden. So I think I'll visit at some point. In Gothenburg. Yeah. I'm kinda used to it because I lived in Russia, St. Petersburg, Russia for a bit. Pitch black. Oh man, I hate that. At least it doesn't get pitch black here. Um, in St. Petersburg, it was like pitch black all winter. Um, but here it's usually pretty good. Oh, Gothenburg. Wait, are Gothenburg and Gothenburg different places? Or am I just mispronouncing it? Oh, I think it's the same place. Oh, oh. Well, yeah, when I get there, we can meet up. Need to visit my girlfriend's parents at some point. I've been blendering since 2020. But I had a very different idea of what I wanted to do in 3D. I'm self-taught. I'm an illustrator. That's what I studied. I studied illustration in college at School of Visual Arts. Um, and yeah, and then I was an illustrator for a bit, and then one day I finished one illustration, a commission. I was like, I'm never doing it again. And I tried searching for what I wanted to do. I did like sculpting. I did like collage. I did like Photoshop, digital art. It took me like almost a year to figure out what I actually like doing. And I fell in love with 3D. But I thought I'd be making illustrations in 3D, like static. And I was like, if you can make money off static images, still images, why would you do animation? It's so hard. And now look at me. All I want to do is animation. I haven't rendered a still in like a while. And like it's been 6 years. There hasn't been a day when I wasn't excited about getting to my PC. Oh really? Traditional artists as well. Yeah, I haven't. I can't say my jobs were boring, but I hated them. I think I had a dream um, of becoming an illustrator when I was like 15, and I think my sort of belief in that dream was stronger than my desire to actually um, make illustrations. I was like, oh, I'm gonna become um, an illustrator, and then once I got there, I'm like, I actually don't. Oh, good. So you're setting 3D now? Good. I've never studied 3D. I feel like half of the things I do are just incorrect. Oh, it just finished. Congrats. Congrats. Good job. How does it feel? Honestly, that's what I think now. Um, that, I don't know, after like learning Blender, I feel like, you know, I don't need school. But also, it's like, it depends on the person. I know people who like, who need there to be like pattern to it all, go to school. I'm creating a stop motion asset pack because my last add-on, I love it, but I feel like for a lot of people, it's like relearning Blender in some ways because it works like a traditional stop motion where you sculpt each frame. And you know, for my own projects and commissions, I make a lot of geometry notes. So I've had a lot of ideas and a lot of like half-baked geometry notes I used in my own projects. And I was like, wait, let me make the music so loud. I was like, let me make it into an asset pack so people can use it. And there's a lot to it. So part of it is you can like draw cotton clouds. Like that, which I think is really cool. I kind of I'm gonna use that in pretty much every project that I'm gonna make that has clouds in it. And yeah, like that. I think it looks really good. And then also there are two types. One is like this, and one is like made out of cotton balls. Looks like that up close. And let me delete this. And then it has all kinds of attachments. Like you can just add rain or add lightning. So it looks like this. It's like all stop motion. I'll be selling it on Blender Market, yes. And then, yeah, it has like, the rain is also, let me show you. Rain is also like stop motion. So as you can see, it has like a little stop motion animation. And also it has collision. If I move this guy, which I think is enough. Yeah, it's gonna like slide off him. And if it hits his head, it's gonna play the animation. So yeah, that's really cool, I think. And then I have how would I show this? I think my mic is gonna disconnect for a second, but I really want to show you. Yeah, you can set it on whatever you like. Wait, let me show you that first. So when you pretty much everything in the asset pack has this steps option. So universal is it's not really possible in Blender unless there's like a world object. Possible actually, but yeah, you have this. I don't know if you can see, but there's like little steps with an emoji, and then you can change it, and then it will be stepped, including the animation and everything. There's this is what I wanted to show you. I made this clay and you know, like I didn't plan on making it. But the cool thing about this clay which I think is really, really fun. Is that for rain only? It's for everything. I mean, there's controls for everything, but currently you need to do that manually. But honestly, it just gave me an idea to instead have a world object that you can drop into your scene that would control the like single control. For example, yeah, this clay actually kind of makes it universal for what you're working with. So I have like this animated thing, right? Animated rabbit. The cool thing about my clay is that it works like real stop motion claymation, where the only parts that are changing are the parts that are being animated. Like you wouldn't resculpt everything every time, and I think that's like the problem I have with clay in 3D in general. But yeah, I'm gonna hit play and you'll see how it works. So I think it's really cool. I don't know. I'm so proud of this. Honestly, if I would see this online, I would think that it's real stop motion. This was honestly really hard to get right because it's so hard to actually because currently it works that it the texture depends on the velocity of the animation. And you can, oh, the clouds are animated, by the way, as you can see here, and you can control that as well. Yes. Yes. So again, like real stop motion, where you wouldn't resculpt parts that are not animating, right? I called it smart clay. I mean, I think it's smart. Um, what else? There's a bunch of cool. There's smoke. There's like stop motion smoke that I was working on when you came in, I think. That also like has steps values. I don't think that existed before. I think I'm the first. But yeah, it's also like smoke simulation. And I have felt that looks like this. So there are two types. This is shader felt. And there's like a depth control that I think is really, really cool. You can like add random color to it or random hue saturation values and add images to it as well. Oh, I'm not showing that. Wait. Yeah, this is the felt. And here is like the fake version where you can change depth and you can change. This is shader. This is just shader. But I think it looks so good that it almost looks like. Yeah, I just switched. Sorry. Yeah, I'm showing you the felt. Felt shader. And then there's like real felt, not real, but like instanced. That looks like this. I'm gonna add a light so it's more visible. I mean, I made it, but I think it's like I think it looks really good for like shader only. You can change scale and everything. That's the goal. Everything needs to run at 24 FPS. That's a must for me, because as animator I hate anything that doesn't run at 24, because I can't preview my animation then. I mean, some things can get pretty complex, like the clouds can be expensive, but there's always like a viewport density that you can change. Actually, I had such a revelation yesterday, because that's my difficulty. I don't really work with Eevee, and let's say my cardboard add-on that's already on Blender Market. I had so many issues because Eevee users were like, it doesn't work, and I'm like, why doesn't it work? And yesterday I found a solution to make everything work in Eevee, no issues. So yeah, it works in Eevee now. Everything works in Eevee, and is also as performant. Oh, I forgot to show you. You can change your clay color, and you can also add a custom image. And then the cool thing about adding a custom image, that it actually, the texture looks like this, but you can sort of naturally distort it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, again, I don't work in Eevee, but I think it's really important to have, Eevee is like a benchmark. It needs to work in Eevee. And solutions I would come up with are like so not user friendly. And oh, there is also a really cool thing. It's small, but it's called wobble, and you can select an object and add a wobble to it, and then you can control the scale and rotation. But the cool thing is you can add a pivot. So, like, let's say if it's like a ground character. Yeah. So that's good. Oh, and also it has displacement, if it's ever needed. And what else is there? Oh, yeah, it's good, right? I think it's so useful for like background objects, or even for the main objects, you know. To just have a little, you know, twist to your animation, make it a little more claymation-like. Oh, there's a paper drawer. Man, there's so many things in this add-on. I don't know what I'm gonna price it at, but it's really cool because you can you can draw, and you can add a tiny wobble. Can be even less. It can be like this. Super tiny. But yeah, I'm gonna show off the paper drawer. I also think it's really cool. Let me add. Yeah, so you can draw, which is pretty cool, and you can select layers. I need to fix that. Actually, this texture just looks better than Eevee. It looks good in cycles. And yeah, you can select layers, and then you can select colors for the layers. Yeah, but what I added recently, and this will break a little. You can also draw in 3D if you choose to do so, and the layers would still work. And then you can make it thick, and it will like organically stack on top of each other. I forgot to add a middle layer, but what I added recently I think is really cool, because you can choose a grease pencil color, like any color, and instead of choosing a color per layer, you can choose a color per stroke. Sketch and carve add-on? I don't know what that add-on is. Maybe. Oh, sketch and carve looks better. But it also looks more complex. Because sketch and carve is like, as I can see, is a full add-on that has a separate menu. No, it's cool. It's good to know. Mine is just like, I want to get away from complex things, because my last add-on is so complex and people have so many questions and all that. Mine is simple. You draw, it appears. A usual grease pencil, like nothing fancy. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in terms of like usability, this will be pretty easy to use. Just because you'll have like an object, right, that already has the layers. You just need to select the layer and draw. So yeah, you can really quickly make like assets and stuff, such, right? Again, without like overcomplicating it. Like I made a window. It looks good. Nothing fancy, yeah. But that's kind of the goal. Oh, there is also a really cool thing. I don't think this exists either. It's animated strings. You can just add a bunch of objects and have them be on strings. And you can also animate the fall. I'm gonna select animate the drop, and they will drop. And you can use either like distribution methods, or you can just use original collection. And then you can do bounciness and swing and rotation, and also steps, as always. And then you have like useful gizmos to control the spread. It also works at 24 FPS. It's just I have so many things in this file that we're getting like, I think without rendering it will be faster. Yeah, it's like 20. What else? That might be it. And also it will include my cardboard add-on. And I think the highest here would probably include my previous stop motion toolkit add-on. But that might make it like way too expensive, so we'll see. Honestly, I tried Sketch and Carve before, but like an earlier version of it. Quick Shape. Man, I love. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I love his work. Quick Shape. Oh, it is kind of like that. Yeah. But again, you know, it's like it's still different because mine is like so focused on stop motion. You don't need to do anything. You just get your paper texture or your cardboard texture and you draw. Um, so it's like very specific to it. And again, I think it's really easy to use. I tried to make it really easy to use with like no new software to learn or no new methods to learn. Everything's like pre-made. You don't have to think about like anything except for your colors and shapes. And the same thing with like clouds, you just draw them. I think it was like really important for me that you can sort of, I mean, you can write with it too, you know. Like you can do a heart, and it will be a heart. You can write with it too, you know. I am I'm okay. I think geometry nodes is something a lot of people don't really get into. Um, but this is all geometry nodes. Um, so I feel like I'm better than probably most because I think a very small percentage of Blender users actually use geonodes. But also, I'm a mathematician. Like, I watch some people do like crazy formulas and get insane effects. I uh, I don't really do that. For me, like calculating objects' velocity and making a simulation for smoke, that's as far as I can go, I think. And then everything else is very, just, you know, sort of um, head down. I love geometry nodes because I love solving things. And I feel like it's always trying to solve things and make it fast. For example, I could do the clouds like hundreds of ways, but my previous attempts were so slow. That would be like 5 FPS. Um, and I'm like, that's not good enough. How do I solve this to make it really, really fast, but also look good? And I think the result is really good. And again, like if you look at the timings, it's 5.4 milliseconds, which is I think insane for what you get visually. I think geonodes, I mean, I can't live without them anymore. but I feel like it's not a requirement to know geonodes to make good stuff in Blender. I think once you're in that place where you don't know how to proceed with your project without geonodes, that's when you should learn it. Anything under like 15 milliseconds is good. Anything under 15 milliseconds, it's pretty much 24 FPS. And again, for the complexity of the thing, given that those clouds are like actual curves, I don't know how visible I can make oh, I'm in a oh, here thickness, there it is. Yeah, that they're like individual curves, and it's 5.4. Well, in this case, it will be more. This will be 11, but again, everything under 15 is good. Like, look how crazy that is. That's so much geometry. Pretty much free. But again, you want like really tiny strands for cotton. And it's also anime. Like, I don't know. I think it's I'm proud of myself in that regard. Also, I decided to add like little explanations built in, or like little tools you can use. Like you can disable the modifiers like that. I'm gonna be streaming a lot until April, because April is my next commission, and I'm probably gonna be busy all the time. But until April, I'm gonna stream like daily, I think. Keeps me even more motivated than I usually am. What happened to this explanation though? Okay, I do have a simulation system. I can show you real quick, but it's in my different add-on. I'm gonna make a new scene. I'll copy settings, and the idea is you can let's say so it's called stop motion toolkit, and then you can select an object and say make new collection, and let's say this will be called birdie, and then you can enable the Dynatopo. Yeah, let's make something with snake hook. Will be very simple, and then you can copy, and then you have onion skinning as well. Oh, I forgot to enable Dynatopo. And then once you're happy, I like those frames are enough. All right, my UI is kind of broken. Then you can go back into the menu and say create animation. And this will create animation. In this case, it's falling. But we can set turbulence. and then up Z factor at maximum for this. Make it fully Brownian. And then you have birds. And let me... There's an avoidance and obstacle as well. Oh, distribution. So let's decrease the density. Set steps to... Actually, let's lower the density. So it's a few birds. So you can also like ping pong them. Play probability at 100. So, oh man, it's really... Okay, I'm gonna decrease the turbulence. And decrease the... Oh, we'll do it once. Okay, as you can see, there they are. Yeah, sorry, I'm rushing this slow. And what's really cool is that you can make it... Yeah, you can offset their animations. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I added a plane. Like... Like that. That kind of works. The only issue is like rotation. But again, I feel like in terms of stop motion, this works. Yeah, I mean you can animate the direction, but it's based on velocity. So if I remove turbulence, oh, currently they're not moving in the right direction. I think it's because I probably didn't apply rotation for this. Alright, that's kind of broken. There we go. But why is it broken? Also, they're inside of each other. It has something to do with distribution. Alright, there we go. Oh, I know why it's wrong. I forgot to apply rotation to all of them. But I'm pretty sure I have an option to rotate all of them just within the thing. There you go. And then if you change the velocity in some other direction, they would need to turn that direction. Can you reshape the flock with the lattice? What do you mean? Like direction? Yeah, you see I have here original instance rotation. So if it doesn't align, you can align it yourself. Yeah, you see now it works perfectly. And again, let's set steps to 2 to have them in step motion. Deform the flocks as an entity. Deform like the main sort of object. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you can sort of choose where they go. Squash them as a whole. I mean, within this, you don't actually have to do sculpting. You can do whatever. It works with grease pencil, it can work with lattice, modifiers. But you would be able to squish them as a whole, for sure. If I understand what you mean. You can also do it here. This would be extra, but you could add scale instances and just add like a randomized noise so they would like squish, I guess. They could also follow a curve. I don't have that added, but This is made as a system for kind of anything simulation based. For example, let's just say it's for motion graphics purposes. They could be attracted to things. And again, you can export this as Alembic and do whatever transforms you'd like. Or add a collision. Like, and maybe animate it. Will this work? Oh, I forgot to add collision. Collection. Yeah. Do I need to update my collisions? Did I add the right? Oh, I added the wrong collision object. Great. Because I have so many collision objects. So kind of like this. I made a mistake by making it a box. But this should work. They get stuck though. Does my thing not work with animated collisions? It kind of works for some. It's probably like not subsampling. Substeps. It has to do something with substeps. No, it uses my custom. Because, yeah, it's my custom geometry nodes one. Because I wanted to add a lot of systems like sort of animation wise. And for example, yeah, there's like different types of playback and also play animation on hit only, for example, where they wouldn't animate, but when they hit an object, they would start playing. And you can freeze on last frame. This is made for like, again, things similar to rain. I don't know how visible that is, but when they get hit by that plane, they play the animation, but then they stop. And then you can delete when the animation ends as well. Yeah, this is like a more general sort of simulation thingy. And also I needed a simulation system that can use steps. So it actually works for stop motion. No, that's exactly how it works. So in this case, it plays frame 0 So it plays this frame until it gets hit. When it gets hit, it changes to this object. If I make something like this, and then I put the sphere in here as well. And now when I go to the simulation, I can just set cube. And so when it would play, it would change to cube, but you can do the animation on hit. So every time it would hit the plane, it's going to turn into a sphere. I'll add this plane to collision, and then I'll make them just go down. So when they hit the ground, they should turn into balls. And we can do freeze on last frame. And collision offset smaller, so they actually hit the ground. Gonna hide this, gonna hide the birdie. Okay, that's some interesting behavior. I think it's because there's avoidance. It's on Blender Market. Stop motion toolkit. In this case, but yeah, I think I go by a flat sprite on Blender Market. On Superhive, I mean, sorry. I can send you a link. We'll see if you got it. If you're into add-ons, if you got an animation. It was like an animation bundle a month ago. It's in that bundle. Superhive decided to put it in a bundle. Okay, I need to fix this because it thinks the last animation frame is the cube. Oh, wait, that makes sense. Okay, now it should work. Yeah. There's a lot of cool things to the add-on other than what I showed you. Like there's sculpt caliper, there is sculpt collisions. So you can actually sculpt and have it collide with the ground. Wait, what am I? I got lost. This is between you and me, but the reason why I made this add-on is because I don't like step motion. I think it's, again, you know, everyone who makes stuff, props to them. Good stuff. But also not my cup of tea. Yeah, let's keep that a secret. I want no shade, no flames, no beef. Yeah, sculpt collisions. Create animation. Look at that. I think it's very unfriendly for a user somehow, despite it being simple. At least early versions of it, because I bought it when it came out, and maybe they haven't figured out their stuff by then. Yeah, that's a custom. What's really cool, I mean, you'll see it in the video if you look up the add-on. There's a video where I sort of go through everything that's in the add-on. But yeah, you have there's also like automatic UV unwrapping just in case, but you can choose the number of layers and you can choose colors and alphas, and you can also, which I think is really cool, is that if I go, oh, there's this cool thing in contextual tools, you can make new paint. Open up an image editor, say new paint, and then you can draw, right? But what's cool is that you can click on new paint on another object in the collection. It will create the next frame. And new paint again. And what's cool about this onion skinning is that it actually can display your previous frames in terms of textures. So now if I go here, oh, we have no lights. We'll put the gaffer on, or just add the sunlight. And go back to my add-on. Select the animation, and there you have it. So you can actually have texture paint per object. And then you can reselect them, like, oh, like I want the second image on the first object, you can switch them. There's even a reference toolkit where if you upload a video for a reference, you can match it to animation. But again, I feel like this is, in ways, sort of relearning Blender for people who don't have experience in stop motion or claymation. Thank you so much. I need to fix that simulation though. And actually animation system too. I think it's overly complex. There's too many options and it depends on so many things. Oh wait, there's also something crazier. There's a blend mode where you can have custom parts for objects. Let's see if I have a file. Okay, it should be. Oh man, I have like 5 hard drives connected to my yeah, sorry. I just got excited, yeah. But yeah, you can blend objects. Wait, it's so easy to show. So the idea for that is actually I haven't tested in Blender 5. But you can blend, set up blending, open up shader editor. No material selected. Gold foil. Why is my viewport shading? Oh, there you go. Yeah, you can blend objects. And this is made so so you can say have a material selector in here or here. Here you select like the original material. And here is like the final blended material that's made here. It's made so you can and I have a demo. Yeah, it's automatic. It just runs a script and creates this. And there's also a really cool option that other blending solutions do, is that they have like when you have a seam, it breaks. But this has a fixed seams option that fixes that. Though the one that says material that you were deleting. It's panel with a green and blue ball. Oh, here. Oh, this is a Blender kit. It's an add-on. It has some free materials, but you can also get a subscription as there's a lot more. Yeah. I use stuff from here all the time. But yeah, anyway. So the thing is, this can be animated and still blended. Why am I getting an error? Alright, there we go. So even if I squish it, put it here, it will still get blended. Yeah, shout out to Doublegum. Clay dough. I use his felt and his materials a lot. but this way, this was made so you can have like a custom character. Yeah, this is all stop motion portrait. So you can have like an eye that's animated and a mouth that's animated and a nose that's animated. Yeah, no, it's not separate. It's part of the thing. So you can have like modular characters. You could have like a set of eyes that you can use on multiple head shapes. And I think in the demo file, if you download the add-on, in the demo file there is a file that shows you that you can have like different style heads with like the same features, with like eyes blinking or like random animations. You're a believer. I'm glad you like it. We found some problems though today in the simulation part. Oh, and also it has like a toolkit that converts an animation to stepped without needing any F curve modifiers or anything. So you can just hit play stepped and it will play. And there's also like, it's part of the demo where I have like a cloth falling. Oh, and the cool thing about that is that, sorry, I talk so much. But let's subdivide this and cloth, and this will be I actually love UV maps. I don't prefer procedural materials at all. I'm the opposite. It's just people that don't like UV unwrapping. That's the reason why I include things like this in my add-on. So we can bake this frame, let's say 45. And then you can convert this. Convert existing animation. I haven't tried this in 5.0. Let's see. Does not contain a mesh. What do you mean? Oh wait, what happened? Okay, that's an error. I mean, I have yet to use some of it in my own work. I mostly do everything by hand. I do everything traditionally. In terms of materials, I'll go into Substance and I usually paint everything. But for example, with the clay I made, I'm gonna use it for sure. For background objects, for Alright, we'll need to figure this out. This is a Blender 5.0 issue. They changed so much in the API between versions. How does it not contain a mesh? Well, you can just do play stepped. And that doesn't work either. Oh, it's because, wait, why? Okay, I think we have a lot of... Not first group input must be geometry. Wait, why does it not see it as geometry? That's not my fault. Oh, it just fully broke. But it didn't even break. The thing is, I have a different group that's called the same. It's Blender bug. It's adding the wrong node group. And also this will work. It's just because of the file I'm working in. Because it can't find the node group. But if you download it, everything will work perfectly. Because you'll have the reference file. I just don't have it. Because I'm on my new PC. This was developed in 4.5. Right after they introduced set normals to mesh in geometry nodes. That's what lets this blending happen. Yeah. All of this will work. Yeah. It adds, for me, it adds the wrong node group because it hasn't appended the correct one because I don't have the file. Yeah, I get that. I'm also gonna go get lunch and probably get back to work. But thanks for being here. Thanks for the kind words and talking to me, letting me show you everything. Yeah, um, you should join Discord and send you a link. If you'd like, obviously not forced to. Sometimes something happens there. Sometimes there are worse shit's happening. Hendrik, nice to meet you, Hendrik. Sure, go ahead. You don't have to. I think there is a version on. I'm not sure if it's there. But yeah. Let me see. Damn, that's really outdated. Well, message me on Blender on Superhive. Captain. Name animation. Okay, we'll do. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I'll see you. I will see you soon. Have a great day. Bye.